Yo, Toe, what it do? One of my buddies, Germ, you know, if you out there watching, he has been telling me to create a YouTube channel for quite some time. So, for y'all who don't know me, I just moved to Austin, Texas about 5 months ago. So I feel like I have a good grasp on the pros and the cons. So this is my first YouTube video, and I just want to let y'all know exactly how I'm feeling Austin. So hear me out. I'm gonna do this a little bit different. So not so much, but you got your pros, you got your cons. I'm gonna have something in the middle that's gonna be called, let's say, pro cons. Pretty much it's just something that some people might like and some people might not like, and I'm gonna tell y'all how I feel about it. Let's start off on a good note. So pro number one, I'm gonna say the food scene. So if you are a huge food junkie, Austin is the place for you. The food truck scene is amazing. It's almost everything you can think of. And then it's a lot of mom and pop shops just like everywhere. And it honestly, I don't see how it can get much better. Mind you, I haven't lived in New York. I haven't lived in Chicago. I haven't lived in California. But I have lived in Philly, North Carolina, and here, I guess. I've been a few places too. But so far, it seems like Austin is really winning the race. So I'm gonna definitely lead off with that. Number two, I would say gas prices. So it really just depends on where you're coming from. I know in North Carolina, the gas here is about $1 cheaper. If you coming from the West Coast, like California, the gas out there is like $4+ depending on the time of the year. So when we cross those state lines, you really like, is this real? So filling up that tank would be a lot cheaper. Number three, I'm gonna say crime. Now, before I moved to Austin, I didn't even hear about this, but once I got here, I was watching a documentary and just came across it. And it was about the package bombs, where someone was actually shipping out bombs in Austin. And they were just packages like UPS, and they were blowing up as you open it. Sound like a movie, but it actually happened in 2018. Spring of 2018 to be exact, so just last year. But that's like one in a million type thing. Austin feels so safe. It seems so safe. You don't really have to look over your shoulder, like, at least where I'm from, feeling like anything can happen. I feel like for the most part, you are in good hands. Now, yes, Texas is like the capital of mass shootings. It hasn't really happened in Austin, even though it could really happen anywhere. But for the most part, you really feel safe here. It doesn't seem like it's a lot to worry about. I'm gonna go with number four. I think it's number four. Number four is the biggest one of the pros, and it is the last pro. It's the employment opportunities. I promise you, here I was interviewing for like 3-4 jobs at a time. I had to leave one job because if I would have been late so many times, they would have fired me. So I had to leave a job just because I had better opportunities to interview for. Mind you, none went exactly how I wanted initially, but then one fell right in my lap and it was amazing. Mind you, if you don't have a degree, which I don't, I landed a job that everyone around me has a degree, and I'm making better money than I ever have before, and go into it with the mentality of, I have to kill it here. I have to be great. Then you will. And if you hustle, you will. So if you are really looking for some good employment, hopefully you have a LinkedIn. If you're watching this and you don't have a LinkedIn, create a LinkedIn. It's really important, and it will open up some doors for you, as well as getting your resume right. That's something serious too. So don't just move to Austin thinking, I'm gonna move to Austin and get a job. You might be working the same type job. Get everything in order, like your resume and your LinkedIn. And I promise you, come in here, there's gonna be some recruiters that are gonna be hitting you up, trying to see if you trying to, slide up in them interviews. But that'll cap off the pros. I'm gonna head to the middle of the pack, which is the pro cons. So me, I actually prefer hotter weather. I would rather it be 90 degrees year long than touch 30 degrees or 40 degrees at all. I like it. Some people don't. In August, I don't think it rained one time, and it was over 100 every single day but two. It's so hot here. Sometimes it can be a little too hot. I get it, but I like it. You might not like it. You might like seasons. It's like, from what I hear, 3 days of winter here, and then just like summer for 6 months, and then spring for the rest of the year. So I am really excited to not freeze my ass off coming out of the house in the middle of December. So yeah. Another pro con is, I'm gonna say, the speed limit. Here, it's like the speed limit is so jacked up. Now, I like it, again, because I've adapted to it. Now, if you're not used to going 75 on the highway, or 85, or the roads are 55, 60, then you might not like it so much initially. But once you get used to it, I like it. But it could be a little scary sometimes, because even when the speed limit is 70 and you're going 75, somebody gonna fly past you going 95, and then you feeling like, what? The last of the pro cons is the nightlife. Now, I say this, and people are gonna say that's a pro, or maybe older people are gonna say that's a con, or I just don't care, or it may be the people who just like to party. Some people don't like to party. It has nothing to do with age, but I put that in the middle just because it really just depends on what you like to do. Now, Austin nightlife is amazing. It's a college here, Texas University, 50, 60,000 students. It's streets that are packed with bars, and it's the festivals that come here. It's the live music scene of America. There's always a festival going on. South by Southwest, ACL is always free things to do as far as nightlife. It's a street full of bars. Like I said, they block off the street, and it's bars right next to each other in multiple locations. So I believe the nightlife is really great. Like I said, I can't emphasize this enough. It is free to get into a lot of these places, so you should never pay to have fun on a Friday night or a Saturday night in Austin, because it's just so many free things to do, and they are pretty live. So it just depends on how you look at the nightlife, but I think the nightlife here is like one of the best. Now, let me go to the cons, because Austin has been rated, the number one city to move to for a few years in a row. It's like the fastest growing city in the United States. But I really need to emphasize the cons. One of the cons I would definitely say is the traffic and the public transportation. It's ridiculous. It's about 1 million people that's living here. I didn't think it was so bad, because you go to any major city, you're gonna have those traffic problems, and you should come to this city or any other city knowing that it's gonna be traffic. It's a lot of people. But the public transportation here, terrible. We have a rail system, or let's say a train, and it goes downtown and it only goes up north. What? I live southwest. It doesn't come down south at all. Now, I hear there was a bill to expand the routes, and they declined it. What? Why? That it just doesn't make sense. So that's a big problem. Like I said, when I got here, it wasn't that bad. The traffic wasn't. Someone told me, oh, the students, they're home for the summer. Wait until they come back. Literally, the day that they moved in, you really noticed a drastic change. It was the traffic is really bad, and I honestly just believe that's due to it's growing so fast. The infrastructure can't keep up with how fast it's growing. You have 3 years in a row that is growing at a 20% rate. Could you really imagine trying to build a highway or expand a highway in 3 years? No, it'd really be taking like 5, 10. So they're working on this. A lot of construction going on. They're gonna have more highways as the years go on, and buildings are being thrown up left and right. But I would definitely say traffic is a big thing that I don't like, at least. And I'm sure you wouldn't either. Number two is, I'm gonna say the cost of living. Now, not the food, because grocery shopping is pretty cheap because they grow a lot of stuff here. Mexico's right there. But the cost of housing. Now, it's like Austin is the most expensive place to live in Texas. It is the capital. It is a little bit different. There's hills here. So don't come to Austin thinking it's completely flat. That's what I thought. It's a desert. That's what I thought. It's not really like that. It's a lot of green. It's a lot of hills. It gives me a real San Diego, mini Cali type vibe, which it really shocked me. And I feel like that's why so many people are moving here. That's why it's growing so fast. And that's why it's the most expensive city to live in. Number 3, I will say the homeless population. Now, there's a lot of homeless people here. It's really sad. They are everywhere. They have tents. They have it's like they built their own buildings made out of just shit that they find. It's actually very innovative. So I give them that. That is crazy how innovative they are. But no one ever wants a homeless person walking up to their car in the middle of the night, let's say Friday night, trying to get some cash. It's not comfortable. You get nervous. It's not something they should do. But I just, when you're hungry, you try to get it by any means necessary. So I feel like Austin need to step up as far as either some regulations or helping the homeless people a little bit more, because it's a lot of homeless people here for it to be, only 1 million people. Now also falls in line with one of the most important things to me and the biggest con in my eyes is the diversity. Now, Austin isn't really that diverse at all. It's, to me, a little issue just because it's about 7% black people. Obviously, I'm black. So, being a black man is a little bit different just because we have an image that is put on us. And if you haven't been around other black people, you kind of only believe what you see on TV or what you hear. So it's like, I feel like that's happening in Austin a lot. Just to give the example, I've been on an elevator with someone and you can clearly tell that they're uncomfortable or they're scared of me. I've walked by someone and you can clearly tell that they're really nervous walking by me. I'm not that type of person. No need to be scared of me. When you haven't been around it so much, it happens. It happens, I guess. And, you just start seeing things on TV and you start pointing. So being a black man in Austin, it has been a little bit tough because you feel like you're getting looked at like a criminal, and it's not the case. Once I got here, it was crazy how weeks would go by and I'm like, oh my goodness, that's black person number 7, because it's not a lot of black people here. It's really wild to even think that, because Houston is a lot, Dallas is a lot, San Antonio is more, but Austin, not so much. With that comes gentrification, and I traveled 40 minutes to my barber. That's insane. My barber was telling me he lived in Austin before, but they just started raising the rent up so much that they were pushed out to the outside cities like Pflugerville and Round Rock. And they said now Austin is still growing so much that it's still rising, that they're even trying to push them out even further. So it's it's tough. It's tough, to be black in Austin. Of course you gotta adapt anywhere. So that's what we're trying to do. That's one of the biggest things. There's one more pro that I want to give. It is Austin is a big animal scene. So if you have a pet, unlike mine, who is very aggressive around other pets, but he's great in the house, then bring your pet, because there's so many places to do. There's so many creeks and lakes and stuff you can swim in for free. It's just really nice as far as that. So let me introduce y'all to my little man Don. So y'all say hello to my man Donovan. How could this angel, he's such a devil, he looks so sweet, say what's up. I named him Donovan because I'm an Eagles fan, so Donovan McDab. But yeah, Austin love the pets, so bring your dog here. They'll probably make plenty of dog friends. But pretty much that wraps it up. If you have any comments, definitely leave them below. I'm gonna leave my Instagram below. I'm gonna leave my Snap below. Y'all know that button that says subscribe below. Pretty much I'm gonna be coming out with new videos. I'm gonna be dropping some funny videos. content is coming. So YouTube, what up?